Welcome to Garden Cafe. I'm Maureen, and this is my Central Texas Zone 8B9A garden. It is mid-November, and although here right now we're in the upper 80s during the day and upper 60s at night, we have had several days or nights where the temperature got as low as 40 degrees. So the plants, although still gorgeous and absolutely healthy and beautiful, are starting to go the other way. Now, with this little warm snap we're having, I fully expect to see a bunch of new blooms and new buds. It's still going to be absolutely gorgeous, but now is the time you need to think about what you want to save so that you can plant again next spring. One of the flowers I absolutely am going to get cuttings of are these verbenas. I have black velvet verbena, and I'll get you over there when I take those cuttings. This is pink cashmere, and I have a purple and white one that almost looks exactly like the pink cashmere. It's purple. I don't know its real name, but I've been calling it purple cashmere. So definitely the verbenas, and then several of the lantanas that I was able to get cuttings from my sister Teresa's house in Houston and bring home with me, and several that I have throughout my yard as well. Let's go. Propagating is pretty simple. You just have to get really good cuttings. Let me show you how I do that. The easiest way, and these are so pretty, these are the pink and white verbenas. I took cuttings from many of my sister's lantanas, but in my yard, primarily, I'm going to be trying to save the verbenas. So the best way is you just take a healthy branch, and that looks good. If you cut ones with the flowers, that's fine, but you're going to need to cut the actual flowers off because you want all of your energy to go towards making new roots. You don't want any of that energy going towards new blooms, especially this time of year. And these will be living in the house until, goodness, February, March. All right, I think we have enough. Let's take these to the garage and I'll show you how to put them together. Okay, so here are our cuttings, and we have far more than we need. That's okay. Let's start with this one. All right, so for every cutting where these leaves come out, these are called leaf nodes. You want at least one leaf node in the soil, because that is where you're going to get your roots. So I'm just going to cut the excess off here. And then you want a few leaves above it. That is a cutting. Yeah, I definitely cut more than I need to. Okay, so let's just continue. And I will put this part on fast forward. I upplanted this aloe into a larger pot. It truly was root bound. And I did several experiments. You can look at some of my older videos of testing the difference between using rooting hormone or aloe. And frankly, I had more success using aloe. So I'm just going to cut off a leaf here, and we will use this as our rooting hormone. We have a dozen cuttings, and that is more than enough. And once again, I'm using my 12-cell tray. Very inexpensive, from Amazon. And it comes with a water reservoir. You simply put water in here, and you drop them in here, and it waters the plants from underneath. And it has a dome top to create like a greenhouse situation. So, and as you can see, I reuse these so often, and I only buy new when they get damaged. and on a few occasions melted. I had them outside and the sun melted them. It gets pretty hot around here. Okay, so you do not want to pack these very hard because these are not the strongest stems in the world and you're going to be sticking them down in that soil. So this is what I use instead of a rooting hormone, aloe vera. Aloe. I have an aloe plant and I did an experiment in the videos. There are videos where I show the differences where I planted the same things, one using the aloe as the rooting hormone and the other one using actual rooting hormone that I purchased, and the aloe actually had better results. So anyway, it was wonderful. So this is the pink cashmere verbena. And I will put a picture of what it looked like. And all I'm doing is putting the stem in the aloe, squishing it a little bit, and then just putting it in the soil. It really is that simple. And I love these so much. I have them in the backyard too. But I'm actually thinking about putting quite a few more around the house, around the yard, I mean. Okay. Almost done here. Really isn't difficult. Takes just a little time. And we will move on to, I have a purple and white verbena, and I'll try to see if I can find a picture of it. That was so pretty. For some reason, it just did not do as well as this pink cashmere, but it has that same look as the pink and white, only in purple and white. So I've been calling it purple cashmere. And, oh, I need to put a label on here. And I'll put one of the domes. And they have a slider. You would, if you're planting seeds, you would close it. You want to really maintain a greenhouse type effect. But these are cuttings. They need to grow roots and they need some more air. So I am just leaving this part open and I'm just going to cover it up so it has a semi-greenhouse effect. And this is going to go on my grow shelves here in the garage. And when the nights do get really chilly, and that usually doesn't happen until the end of December or January even, these will then go in the house. And this wonderful setup, my sister Teresa bought me for Christmas last year. And this will be just fine for the Lantana for now. It's still very warm. Today we are in the 80s. As soon as it starts going down closer to freezing, and we don't have too many freezing days, but as soon as it starts getting, 40s, 50s, these will move into my grow station in the house. Until then, they're just going to stay here. This was the purple and white cashmere. Well, as I said, I call it cashmere verbena. It did very poorly. I'm going to try it but it's beautiful. It's just, as I said, it's just like the pink and white, only the colors are literally purple and white, but they're gorgeous. So I definitely want to try it again. I planted it in the backyard and I planted it in this front swoop. Neither seemed to enjoy it. So I'm literally thinking I'm going to plant these where the pink and white verbena did so well, thinking maybe that same microclimate might be appreciated more by this little guy. And I'm literally going to repeat exactly what I did with that pink and white cashmere, or pink cashmere, with this one. So I'll put it on fast forward. This is black velvet verbena, absolutely gorgeous. I planted it here, not realizing how crazy overgrown everything would become. So it was just an unfortunate location here and the one I planted over by the Mexican petunia garden. So I'm going to propagate these and I will plant them in a better location in the spring. I use the same technique to propagate all of my plants, and I have had amazing success. For these cuttings, I'm just using a good soil, not the more woody garden soil that I usually get. And I don't quite need the seedling soil either, since these are cuttings and they just need a good soil to start rooting in again. So pretty simple. We're just going to fill these up. And I think I'll probably end up having 2 different colors. I have like 5 or 6 of each. So I'll do 1 color on the first 6 and 1 color on the second. All right, and get another one. Because I have a total of 4 that I brought back from Houston. 4 different colors, I believe. And you definitely do not want to pack this down because you are going to be putting the cuttings, you're going to be pushing them into the soil, and you don't want them to bend or have to fight to get in there. And the first one I'm going to do is the white and the yellow, and I'll put a picture up here of getting those cuttings. Now you're going to want at least one node, and this one's way down here. I don't know if I like that one, to be honest with you, but honestly, I don't see a lot of other options. So we'll go ahead and use this. That's okay. I usually like the nodes to be a little closer to the leaves. And literally, folks, that's it. That's it. I'll do it again, and then the rest I will put on fast forward. There again. That's a leaf node. Took the leaves off. Roots will grow out of that. I filled the reservoirs up about 1/3, not as much as I do with usual, with seeds, but you absolutely need this soil to stay very moist. Now, although the little greenhouse effect is not as needed with propagating than with seeds, I did not put the tops on these, so air will get through, but it's still going to make just a slight greenhouse type of effect to keep everything moist. And I'm not bringing these inside yet. They obviously will go in when the temperatures get really low. For now, I'm going to put them right here in my grow station in the garage. I almost forgot to label these. So they're both Lantanas. We've got the white and yellow. We've got the bright pink and yellow. We've got the pink and pale yellow and the pink and white. So I'm going to put these back on again now that I have correctly labeled these. I'm so bad at that. I have got to get better at doing that up front. I keep thinking, oh, I'll remember what it is. No, you won't. It's better to label it going forward. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. If you did, please hit subscribe, like, and share. It really helps me to grow my channel. Have a wonderful day.